to yourself, I wish I had known this when I was younger. There's always regret in our hearts about our younger days, when we wish that maybe we were just a little bit more wiser, a little bit more smarter, and we could have handled situations so much better, and we could easily move on bad incidences. But we should really not regret so much in our lives. Although there are times when we realize that there were things, if we had known them, we could have done a lot better in our younger days. But we only come to these realizations through our bad experiences and growth. And these experiences are absolutely unavoidable. They are only learned through difficult circumstances. After all, it's not possible to build without being broken. We have to hit that cross point to learn the most important lessons in our lives. With this in mind, today I'm gonna share with you 7 important life lessons that you don't want to learn too late in your life. My name is Michelle and this is Skillopedia, the ultimate place to learn skills for the real world. We spend so much time remembering and even regretting what happened in the past, the sad incidents. And mostly we spend all our time planning about the future, so much so that we completely forget about enjoying the present moment. What is happening to you right now is your present, and happiness is just here. It's not lying in the future. The past has gone and we really don't know about what's gonna come. We don't even know about our tomorrow. It's not promised. So you should actually be thinking about your present and not your future. But the sad part is that our minds have a habit of running at 100 miles per hour, thinking about our worries constantly. You should try to stop, look around, take a deep breath, and think of what's happening to you right now. This will allow you to thank God for all that's happening in your life, and you'll be open up for a bright future. And like this, you will feel that the time is not rushing, it's just not slipping off your hands. For example, if you go for a family dinner, we spend so much time clicking pictures so that we can remember in the future how great a day it was. But to make this day even better, you should live in the present and let the future rest. So present is the only key to success. Be it society or our family's expectations, we always tend to think that there are certain things which are very necessary. You know, the should and shouldn'ts. For example, you might be thinking, I should go to the university and get that degree. Or I shouldn't pursue my dreams. But why? Because I won't make the same money as I would working in this dead-end office job. We all have those stopping should and shouldn'ts in our life. But should we really allow them? They actually circle our mind. But when we make these statements that should we do this or should we not do these, whom are we asking these questions to? Whom are we questioning? And who exactly are we trying to get our permission from, and why is this even important? Living your life the way you want to is the only way to be happy. So we should really not limit ourselves, and you should not limit yourself because of other people's expectations. After all, it's your life and no one else's. So it's really important that you don't let yourself be bound by any should or shouldn'ts. Rule your own life. Let me ask you a question. Who is your worst enemy? You know, your thoughts are your worst enemy because they can just torture you because of your fears. They can really make your fears and insecurities so big that we think of them as the most difficult thing. And they're actually not that big. They're something very small, but it's just our thoughts that make them so much bigger. And sometime later, when we think of our problems, we don't even remember them. A week later, a day later, and a month later, we don't even remember what happened. That's because our mind just likes to blow things out of proportion. This means that we just like to make much bigger an issue out of a small problem. Think of a financial crisis. It actually has the capacity to spoil your family life. But should you allow that? Next time when you're worrying about a problem, think of it carefully. Ask yourself this question, that will you think about this next week? Will you think about this next year? If your answer is no, then you gotta take a decision to stop thinking on this topic anymore, because it's not gonna help you. You will save yourself a lot of torture by not thinking too much about your problems. That's why it's necessary to be having a positive outlook towards life. Are you afraid of anything in your life? What is it? Are you afraid of failure, losing someone, or public speaking? Or maybe you just have water phobia. Do you think water phobia is justified? Yeah, there are some failures or fears which are justified, but some are not. The truth is that our fears are only in our mind. Let's talk about fear of water phobia. It doesn't actually exist, but it's just in our mind. And same is true for fear of failure. It's not about you, it's about what you think in your mind. And that's when it becomes scary for you. And the feeling that you get from facing your fears head on, trust me, will be the best feeling you'll ever have. Face your fear face to face without any worry. And I can guarantee you that you will never fear again, because it's actually only a product of your mind. Take for instance the fear of public speaking. Are you afraid of speaking in front of a public? Then why don't you start with some baby steps? Go and practice in front of the mirror, or maybe you can practice in front of a small crowd. And slowly, when you're more confident, you can put yourself out there on the stage and speak to an audience of 500 people. What then? That's called building confidence and overcoming fears. And this is definitely one lesson that you should learn now. And it's never too late to overcome fears. I'm sure you've heard the story of the turtle and the rabbit. You have the moral story, the fable, we all are so aware of it. So what happened in the story? The turtle was slow, but he still won. Do you know the reason why? Because he was steady. The word steady means that you don't stop. So even though he was tired, he didn't stop. But what about the rabbit? He stopped, and that's why he lost. The same way, most of the time we are trying to run through our lives, and later on we run out of energy and we feel that we don't have it in us to do it anymore. And so what do? We quit. So the truth is that it's okay to be slow, but you must be steady, which means that you should not stop and you should not quit. Because if you stop, then you've already lost the race. So the key is to be steady and to not stop. When we were younger, we always want something and everything very quickly. So if we want to climb a tree, we want to do that at the first attempt. And obviously we fall. The same way in life, we have been conditioned by our societies to try and get everything in the first attempt. For example, if you want to buy a car, people would suggest that you should take a loan and buy it. But is that okay? Should you not try to save some money and earn your own car? This is what the world has taught us. But actually, we should learn to be steady, which means that we should wait, be slow, that's perfectly fine. But take your time and win the race. Don't quit way too early. Quitting is the key to failure, and being steady is the key to success. So always remember this moral fable, that the slow and the steady wins the race. We spend most of our times thinking about what other people are thinking about us. We constantly worry about if they are judging us or developing opinions about us. And there's a reason for that. Because we always think that people think bad about us and they have a bad opinion about us. For example, if you think that it's not a good idea to, give money to beggars, and one fine day you didn't pay a beggar in front of your friend, and your friend criticized you for that and he started judging you. So maybe later you'll keep thinking about it, that, oh, that day I said this, what would he be thinking about me? Would he be thinking that I'm a bad person, that I'm not compassionate and I don't care about people? The truth is that no one cares, and the entire world is actually not revolving around you. What I mean here is that you're not the most important person in the world. Not everyone keeps thinking about you. Obviously, because they all have their own worries. They have so much to think about. There's so much going on in their lives that they don't have the time to actually think about you or create opinions about you, while we waste so much time thinking about what they think that we are thinking. That increases our insecurities and our worries. And the chances are that they aren't paying as much attention to you as much as you think. So the truth is that it really doesn't matter what other people are thinking about you. Let's stop assuming that, people are thinking wrong things about us. And stop even caring, and even worse, thinking what others are thinking, which is not at all productive. You should spend most of your time creating your own opinion about yourself, who you are, and believe in that. The most important lesson that you can learn in your life is that you should be appreciating everything. To appreciate means to be thankful. Are you thankful for what's happening in your life? Actually, the more older we get, the more we start appreciating things in our life. Right from our people to the things that we own, and for the job that we've had and the experiences that we've had. So we begin to be more thankful the more we grow. And this is how we learn over time. It takes time to learn this lesson, but my suggestion is that you should learn it now. Because the earlier we start thanking God, thanking the people around, the better it is. Because as I told you earlier, this opens your mind, and appreciation is the true key to success. So thank for every little thing, right from your food to your job, from your house to your family. So be thankful and never give up. And most important, be thankful for your present and the potential that you have, because you can achieve so much in your present without worrying about the future. I suggest that all the advices that I've given to you today, you start adding them into your life, so that you'll be able to live your life to the fullest, and you'll be able to live your life in the present moment with all the gratitude and thankfulness that you need in your heart. So use all these tips and advices, because these are the lessons that you should learn right now, and it's never too late to start learning, because these are the things that really matter. So I hope this session was really helpful for you. Thank you so much for staying with me till the end, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel Skillopedia. And when you're subscribing, make sure you press the bell icon so that you receive notifications for our every new video. So thank you so much for staying with me. Till then, you take care. I'll come back with a new lesson. Take care and bye-bye.